What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. DN. Well, actually, no. This is Dev Pro dual commentary. This is actually a replay that one of my subscribers sent me. He asked me. He was like, "Cap, do you do Dev Pro replays?" And I was like, "Well, I don't even have Dev Pro installed." But I was like, sure. It's a request. I'll go ahead and do it. His name was Shakif Muhammad. I hope I didn't mispronounce his name. I probably absolutely butchered it. But anyways, thank you, sir. And I'm going to try my best to commentate this. I don't use Dev Pro at all, so I'm not super familiar with it. I've been experimenting for the last like 10 minutes trying to figure this out. As you can see, it's Lightsworn is, I don't know who is who, but I'm sure you guys will be able to figure that out. And then Infernoid's at the top. This looks like the OCG build of Infernoids, the build that can just OTK the hell out of you, that runs Stoic Challenge, and they run like the bamboo swords, because when you mill them, you can end up getting like more copies because of the, if I'm not mistaken, the golden bamboo sword. But the deck is mainly an OTK deck, and they don't run Blaster. They only run like one monster that they can actually special summon. So let's go ahead and play it. We might have to pause a couple of times. I think the Dev Pro replays go way too fast. Alright, so he summons Raiden, mills 2, ends turn, doesn't really hit anything good. He draws the one outstanding Dog Moran. That's the only card in this entire deck that you can normal summon. So if you draw it, you have to immediately set it. Otherwise, if you use Reasoning, you will deck out. You see that he has Reasoning, but he can't use it because he doesn't have anything. They don't play Blaster. Now you see that his opponent drew Gores. He activated Raiden's effect, and then what's it called? I believe he normal summoned Aaron, and then he special summons Light Pulsar Dragon. Let's look in his graveyard right quick, actually, to see if he has anything. Yeah, right now, I don't think he actually has anything that he can summon off of Light Pulsar. Let me actually make sure. Okay, I'm just making sure I can figure out how to close the graveyard. Okay, so it has to be 5 or higher Dark Monster. So yeah, he doesn't even have a target right now. Obviously, it'd be great if he hit like a Red Eyes or something like that. So anyways, obviously he attacks with Aaron. Aaron spins outstanding Dog Moran back to the deck, and then he just attacks with Raiden and Pulsar. Knowing what you're playing, I guess there really isn't a rank 4 to summon. Now you see he activates Reasoning, and now he's just going in. Like, look at all the cards he's gonna mill. Remember, he only has one card in his deck that will stop Reasoning, and that's outstanding Dog Moran. So he ends up getting it and dumping like 12 cards, and then he ends up getting some of his swords, and you see him just drawing tons of cards. He summons Onu because he has so many freaking Infernoids that he hit off of that Reasoning. I think he may have banished them all. Nope, he actually still has another Onu, and that's the OCG name, Antra. So he actually, even if Onu dies, there's a good chance that he can just summon it back. But when Onu comes out, obviously it nukes the board. So, I mean, I'm going to say he's in a good position. Now, he actually did hit that Red Eyes, I believe, in the end phase, because he milled, 2 for Raiden and 3 for Aaron. So 5 more cards went to the graveyard. Looks like he did hit that Red Eyes. So when Onu blows up Light Pulsar Dragon, obviously the Light Pulsar Dragon will trigger and he gets a Red Eyes, which is not really that big of a deal because it's not like he can't just attack over it. So that's exactly what he's going to do. And you see him just discard, discard Antra, because obviously he can't, obviously he can't have 7 cards in his hand. Let's see. And I believe he summoned Light Pulsar back and then attacked and just used the Honest. Alright, so now he equips the, That's so trolly, right? He equips the Light Pulsar with Broken Bamboo Sword so that he can use the Golden Bamboo and end up drawing 2 cards. He then summons Antandel, and Antandel is double attack. So he's able to run over Light Pulsar. Obviously, Light Pulsar will summon the Red Eyes back because that's its effect. But the good thing is, if you have Antandel, you can just crash. So, like, you look at the field or you look at the game state right now. Let's pause it right quick. And you see that the Infernoid player is kind of like +5, and the Lightsworn player doesn't really have anything except to set up graveyard. Also, it appears his life points are only at like 1100. I think what he probably should do is activate Oh no, wait, I don't think you can use hand destruction if your opponent, can you use hand destruction if your opponent has no hand? Like, I'm not sure if you can do, I know you can use card destruction if your opponent has no hand, but I don't think you can use hand destruction if your opponent has no hand, which kind of sucks. And, obviously he can't use Stoic Challenge because you have to have a XC monster. And then the rank up card just doesn't really do anything unless you're going to XC. So his hand is kind of dead. I mean, maybe you can say he can summon the Petrula, in defense mode or in attack mode just to have more monsters. Let's see what's going to happen. So obviously, the Lightsworn player top decks Dp-Ygo, which is utterly useless against this deck right now. I mean, it's good for taking out an Infernoid, but not good when you're like -4 in the duel and your opponent has field presence. Alright, so he just banishes a random Infernoid, draw phase. Infernoid player draws Snatch Steal. Oh, excuse me. I guess I had the life points mixed up. I totally forgot that early in the duel, the Infernoid player took all those direct attacks from, like Raiden and Aaron and stuff. So this is the Infernoid player. This is the Lightsworn player. You see, he's top decking non-Infernoids. You know, he just wants to summon like crazy Infernoids. And I think I might have, what's in his graveyard? He has Antandel and Onu. I might have considered summoning on Tandel and using my Patu in hand just to like get in for damage, because the Snatch Steal, if your opponent top decks something good, maybe you Snatch Steal it. I mean, if he top decks Judgment Dragon, you're gonna lose anyway, so I mean, it is what it is. And Lightsworn player is pretty much down to this, and you see he top decks BLS, you sack. So he ends up top decking BLS, despite the fact that the Infernoid player was +5 in the duel. There's no stopping that Savage BLS because you can't really run any other monsters like hand traps in this deck because you then can't maximize on reasoning. Asianized White Dragon actually had a deck profile of this build of Infernoids. I wish it was legal in the TCG. Like, I wish we had all the cards. We need some XCs because the deck is like crazy fun to play and it can OTK the frack out of your opponents. But let me know what you guys think. I will try to, if you guys, I guess, send me Dev Pro replays and they're really good, really interesting, then I will definitely commentate them. It's just going to take me a little while to kind of get into a comfort zone because I don't use Dev Pro at all. I pretty much do everything on Dueling Network. But anyways, thank you guys for watching as always.